Hey, how are you doing, guys? So today I want to show you the purpose of an area page, and how to create it. A to Z, how to write the content for it, right? Now, I'm not going to explain too much in depth of what is their purpose because that's going to be for other videos. But briefly, it is basically for having geographical relevance in Google's eyes. If you're somebody who's serving Morristown, New Jersey, this is your main business location, but you do roofing in Randolph, in Parsippany, in Florham Park, stuff like that, nearby you. You want to have pages in your website with unique content that talks about these areas and weaves it into your expertise, right? So, real briefing, once upon a time, up until, pretty much end of 2017, mid 2017, it was okay to do duplicate content, right? For these area pages, it's not supposed to be accessible for people to read. It doesn't have to be on the menu, but Google used to read it in the back end, and it was fine if you had just duplicate content, but just the city pages were changed for their respective pages. But at this point, Google is cracking down in more and more niches, so it is more important than ever to do unique content. A lot of people are bummed out from this because this is something that used to just be able to copy and paste, and since nobody reads it, they don't want to spend too much time and energy to create this content. But now that we have to, I'm going to show you a way to how to create very high quality unique content that is super relevant and still does not cause you to go rip your hair out by researching about to create that content for every single city. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so this is the dummy order form I'm going to be using, right? This is a made up company that I'm going to be using to write this content, right? So I'm going to bring this content as we go so you guys can see everything, and let me bump up this to like 18 or something. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so the first thing is this, is the title of the page, right? For us, the title, I always keep it with the main category, which is roofing contractor in, right? Roofing contractor in, and then the city, Montgomery, New Jersey. Now, what you want to do is the page that you are building, right? Let's say for Randolph, I was building Medham. What I'll do is check if, Montgomery has multiple zip codes or not. If it has multiple zip codes, we just keep the title as this, Montgomery, New Jersey. If it has only one zip code, we put it in the title, right? So for example, let me go to it. Roofing, okay, different tab, let's do it here. Montgomery NJ. So we do that search. Okay, we have to do Montgomery NJ zip code. So you see, it comes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have more than one. So the title will stay roofing contractor in Montgomery, New Jersey. Now I'm going to pretend for a second that because the next city might have, we're going to build up a lot of these pages, right? The next city might have one zip code. So what would happen, and I'm going to pretend that only this zip code came up, then the title would be roofing contractor Montgomery 08520 NJ 08520, and then the brand name, Bob Contracting. Boom, that's the title. Simple as it gets, okay? So that's that. Example for one zip code areas. Alright, title is done, okay? Oh, I did do an example here before with one zip code. Alright, we'll erase that, whatever. Now, right after that, we get in the body, right? The body is next, and this is, where the main part of the article will lie. So this is where, this is where I'm going to show you the main point of this entire tutorial, okay? And that is in this bowl. So don't put your eyes there, but I'm going to walk you through it. We are going to talk about the company and its expertise. One way to create good content for this are area pages to look at companies that are currently ranking in any area state for our main keywords and totally rephrase their text in a brand new way. Okay, so what I'm talking about is you can start with this list of cities in the US, right? New York comes first, Los Angeles. It just gives you an easy way to look at any kind of city, right? As you can see, I picked Wisconsin, right? Pick any, it doesn't matter. So what you want to do is go with one of your main keywords, which is just roofing, right? Whatever your industry is, main keywords, and type in the city, roofing Wisconsin. And then we're going to do is take few competitors, or it's not a competitor, but few people who are ranking in the top, not directories, but individual businesses, and we're going to basically rephrase their content. Now, why are we looking at people who's ranking for entire states? Because these are people who Google is already rewarding at a high place, right? They're already like their website, their content, their branding to a point where they're in the first page for their entire area. So when you want to do it, you can put New York, roofing New York. The first 1 or 2 companies that come up, you can go in there and they will be your source to create new content. So let's go and take a look. And this is where it's the most important part, right? Infinity roofing. Okay. All right. So we see they have a lovely website here, and we're going to go down until we see content. If you come to a website that doesn't have much content, then you can go to the next one, right? Now,
whoa. Don't click on me yet. Hi, I'm Josh Sparks, owner of...
Oops. Okay. They've got a cool stuff going on there. Anyways, okay. So what you want to do here is read this, and basically we're going to have these things in mind, right? We're going to use the keywords that we have here and inject them while we paraphrase this, what we see here. So the main keywords for roofing is roofing contractor, roof leak, roof repair. Within roof repair, there's leak repair, flashing vent pipes. Within roof replacement, there's asphalt shingle installation. I'm just keeping it brief, right? Brief, common words that people are always looking for, common service that people are looking for. And these are the stuff we're going to be injecting into the paraphrase that we're going to be seeing, unless they already have it. So I know I'm going back and forth here, but let's get right into it. The idea here is learning the art of idea generation from one word. So let me show you, okay? Now, a lot of people frown on this, but you have to understand that 99% of the content on the internet is recreated. You don't call it copied, but people take bits and pieces from other places, and we put it together for something that sounds good and well put together in a new version of it, right? This is how it works. There's only less than 1% of totally new content created in Google, and that is basically like scientific research just being done. They take the stats and stuff and put it together, right? Or people, things like that. Other than that, people are always recreating, and that's why everything has to be sourced. But the point is, what I'm trying to make is, don't feel bad when you're rephrasing this, because we're going to rephrase it with a way where it makes it completely unique and different, right? When it's going to pass plagiarism checks all day. So anyways, I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to read a sentence and think out loud. Now is the perfect time of the year to repair roof leaks. Stop right there. Now is the perfect time of the year. What time of the year is it? It's winter. It's around January. And where is our company located? New Jersey. Boom. That can be the start of some ideas. If you're a homeowner in New Jersey during the you are well aware that the winters get very harsh and cold. This takes some kind of toll on your home and roofs. Just from that one word, idea was generated. You get my point? Let's keep going. To repair your roof leaks, fix broken shingles, replace sagging gutters. Great words, right? We're going to be able to use these same words, but turn it around. Whether you, and then we can say after that sentence I just said, whether you have shingles that need to be fixed, or gutters that have been worn out from too much rain and debris. Just synonyms of sagging, synonyms of fix. Get it? And we write the sentence. So I hope this makes sense, because this is the main part. This is where people get stuck. If you're a content writer and you're watching this, this is the main bread and butter. You have to learn to be able to do this. This shouldn't take you a lot of time. It shouldn't take a lot of effort. You should be able to look at that and rephrase it with synonyms and stuff and make it easier. And a lot of times, you can, to get used to it, you can start using the synonym here. Just make sure it makes sense and doesn't read weird. And as long as the readability is good and makes sense and your company does that service, it should go well. It should not be duplicate content in Google's eyes. So anyways, that being said, let's go. So this is the content I created, right? So I'll put it down in the description. You guys can take a look. Basically, I rephrased this website and took some of the content and put it here, and then I went in and put some of the words into the content. Now, this website had a lot of the words that I wanted to put in it, so I didn't have to do much tinkering. But if you are in a website that doesn't have much keywords in it, you want to do some, sprinkle a good amount, right? I would say each page, especially if it's a money page, should have at least 8 to 10 keywords on average. But you want to check with the average of the city who are currently ranking there right now. Don't want to make it complicated, but just know that you want to use these words that I have put here for roofing. So anyways, now you have the body done. You rephrased it. You completely rephrased it by taking content from people who are ranking in the first page for the same niche in other states. Okay, so we are here. The next part is going to be something like a bullet point section, right? I use a lot of times, why should you hire us? But you should be rephrasing that for every single page, right? It should not always be, why should you hire us? Why should you hire us? It should be, we are the best because our customers like us, and here are the reasons. Just come up with ways. It just has to be unique, and it just has to make sense. These area pages, humans are not going to be reading it. Google is. It just has to be sound in Google's eyes. The readability doesn't have to be insanely good, but it has to make sense. So be creative. These are the most top things, in my experience, people are enticed to look for when they're looking for a roofing contractor. Are they high level? Are they voted by other people? Are they trusted? Are they honest? Right? Because a lot of people feel like they're getting ripped off by contractors. Do they have a guarantee on the work they do? Or do they have a lot of experience? Are they voted by other people? Okay, I put that twice, but you get it. Are the licensed insured? We don't want a contractor who's just like a handyman and doing our roof, and if something happens, we'll get in trouble. Are they affordable? Do they give a guarantee that's lifetime? Are they gonna let us finance it and not pay all it up front? And we specialize on all roofs. Are they a specialist for the work that we're calling them for? In my experience, this is the main thing. Now, every single page that you do, right? So going back to this, every single page, you want to paraphrase, again, rephrase every single sentence. No two sentences should be the same. Now, this is not too hard. Just look at it. Top-notch financing available. We offer a high-level financing. Voted one of the elite contractors in New Jersey. Came to the, what's the synonym for voted? We can use the thing for that. Ignore synonyms. Chosen. Chosen by the community as top roofers for 2017. Just go by and rephrase it every single time, and it'll be okay, right? Now, we don't have to put this many for every single page. Put like 4 to 5. Okay, so right here. 4 to 5 bullet points. Bullet points. Okay? So you're with me, right? You have the title, a 200 to 300 word body description, paraphrasing from other contractors that are ranking. And don't just stick to one contractor. If you feel like you want to go to other states, couple states, take few from each, but make sure you paraphrase. We do not want duplicate content, okay? So paraphrase it very well, sprinkle the keywords, and the body is done. Then, why should you hire us? Why we're the best? Customers love us because. Bullet points, 4 or 5, okay? So that's the structure. Body, then bullet point. Next. Okay. Make sure to elaborate on enticing offers. Zip codes we serve, we'll put that later. Short article on Montgomery. Now we're getting in the geographical side, right? These pages should be a minimum of 500 words, right? Before it used to be like 300 words is the minimum that Google likes. Now its minimum is like 500, right? Things are getting a bit more lengthy, as we call it, in the search results. So what you want to do, I said, the body should be around 200 to 300 words. So next 200 to 300 words more, okay, depending on how much you did in the body to fill up and go over 500 words, is going to be on the area. Remember, one of the main reasons we are doing this is because we want to have visibility in the maps and geographical relevance. So we want to talk about the geography. In here, what we want to talk about Montgomery, about the area, is type in Montgomery, New Jersey. I did this right here. Montgomery, New Jersey. Okay. Open its Wikipedia page and anything that comes on the first page, which is something to do with real estate, family living, and government. So I opened the Wikipedia page. I opened the first link because it's the first link. to see what that is about. Zillow is about real estate. So if you're a content writer, you don't know that, just know that real estate is Zillow. Okay. Oops. And then you can open niche, because it's something about, looks like about family living. I opened it, right? So we're going to go through it, and I'm going to show you. Pay attention to this part, because this is important, right? This is a fantastic way to create such high quality content that Google absolutely loves without even breaking a sweat, without even going crazy with the research, right? It's almost like copy pasting, but you're just rewording it, and Google loves it. We've tested it, it works. Okay, Wikipedia. I'm here, right? Montgomery. So what I want to be looking at, I already wrote the content. I'm going to just be taking you through it. Montgomery is a town in Somerset County with a population of just above 22,000 people. Now, here, this is the first sentence it has. Montgomery Township is a township in Somerset County, New Jersey, United States. As of 2010, the township population was 22,254. What I did is rephrase this and don't be exact, right? Google can correlate with big directories out there like Wikipedia and see that there's a correlation, which is what we want. We don't want exact because that's duplicate, right? Now this is a number, and it could be fine, but to be on the safe side, we keep it original. So instead of saying township twice, I said town. Montgomery is a town in Somerset County with a total population of just above 22,000. So I'll put this parallel so you can see how it's similar, but it's completely different at the same time, right? This population is spread of roughly 6,000 families living under amongst 7,635 homes. This was said all the way in demographics, I believe. There. 7,635 households and 6,077 families residing. This population is spread amongst roughly 6,000 families. So again, roughly living amongst 7,635 homes. Now, a lot of people, what they do when they do this is they just blatantly say facts about the area, right? And they have nothing to do with roofing at all. That is okay. If you find that easier, you can do that. But we want relevancy with not just the area, but also weave a little bit of our expertise in there, right? And that is roofing. We're not going to be convincing people here that we're the best roofer, because that doesn't make sense to put it in the Montgomery side. But we're going to put how this data affects or relates to the roofing industry. I'm talking about family homes, under family households. Why? Because there's more houses, more home density, means there's more roofs that are to be fixed, right? That is, so I say, this is population spread among roughly 6,000 family homes living amongst 7,635 homes. That is over 7,000 roofs that would need full replacement sometime in the next 20 to 30 years. We know that because that's the roofing age, right? Every roof needs to be fixed every 20 to 30 years. The type of government they have in place is township system. So this is, I got somewhere, I believe, so I said, talk about government, talk about geography, and talk about family living as well. Talk about the households, right? That matters to the niche. So they dictate the borders of the land amongst with laws and regulations for roofing and other home renovation businesses. We know that the government has something to say with what kind of homes and renovations you can do, right? So I put that with the laws and regulations with home renovation businesses, which is something when the bot crawls, they can find that correlation somewhere else. But I also weave in our service in there. So they get a twist of our expertise. If that makes sense, right? It's an algorithm, guys. We have to just please it. So Montgomery has a total of 168 miles of roads, right? So I don't know exactly where in the page I got this. Let me see if I can get to it. Local government. So there's the government township. That's where I got that. I think there was transportation, right? Let me see. Transportation. There we go. Okay. Roadways. 168 miles of roadways, which is, again, how good is road system? You might be thinking, why are we talking about roads? Roads is because it's geographically super relevant, right? It's transportation. Google loves transportation. If you look in Google Maps, and before you even type something in, they show you major train stations, major hubs, Grand Central, all these things, because those are hubs where people go in and out to maneuver through the through land, right? So we want to put in roads, and then the cherry on top is weave that kind of content with our expertise. Once again, how? Here, and roads. The transportation system is wait. Montgomery has a total of 168 miles of roads. They're maintained by Somerset County and as well as the New Jersey Department of Transportation. Boom. Facts that Google loves. Then, to weave it, the transportation system is well built, and we believe it is suitable to get most homes when there is an emergency roofing or home service being needed by families living in Montgomery. You get it? I hope you guys are with me. This is beautiful, right? So we just weaved in, again, transportation with our expertise with roofing. Now, this is when we move into the other pages that we opened a while ago, and check it out. So this page was the first link. I didn't get much out of it. So, but it's still worth opening because it's the first thing that came up for the city. Usually they have good information. You can get some ideas to write about other stuff. Remember, this is not like, set in stone. This is just a really good formula to create content without breaking a sweat. So, township, and let's go here. So this is realtor, right? Again, if you type in any area, right? Like go type in Google any area, right? Type in Bronx, right? You'll see that Google will give you some kind of information about real estate. Let's see. Maybe the Bronx is too popular. Type any area, because there's top stories and stuff that's pushing down the other searches on the bottom. If you type in any small city anywhere, Zillow will come up, Realtor.com will come up, because area geographically has something to do, has a lot to do with homes, real estate prices, things like that, right? So where was I? I came to this place, niche.com, right? I go down and I can see certain information. Real estate value, 600,000. I make a sentence about that. According to realtors, I didn't say realtors.com, I said realtors, because this is about real estate facts. Montgomery has an average value of just above 600,000. This is because the town has certain standards of maintaining your home as well as main parts such as driveways and roofs. Again, relevancy, injecting that in so beautifully, and Google will eat it up. In terms of home safety, there was only 101 property crimes while the national average was over 500, bringing a total grading score to Montgomery for B+. That's below here where I got it, B+, right? Property crimes. Now, I could have talked about violent crimes, murders and stuff like that, but I talked about property crimes because we're in roofing, right? Again, relevancy. Okay, so that's why it's a great place to live and raise a family, has a very rural feel to it, and recently they introduced several parks, relaxing parks around the area such as Skillman Park. Again, parks are something, that's relevant to geography. When you're moving to a new area, what are the things you look at? You look at schools for your kids, the crime rate. Are there any, fun things to do? Go to nice parks nearby, lakes. All these stuff is stuff we can mention. Anything that people care when they're looking to move to a new area is what we can put in the area page. So, where was I? The last part here is a bit nicer bit of text. Instead of all facts at fact, this gives a little bit of emotion to it, right? Montgomery is convenient, much to what New Jersey offers, and I got a few information from here, and have at least one of these other articles, which is not just like facts like Wikipedia, so you can get some humor or emotion into the bit of the article, and yeah, it just makes it a bit more fun to even produce. It's a great place to live and raise a family, has a very rural feel to it. Okay, we read that. Population feel like the parks because people are able to, okay, in some ways people living there feel like they are getting the best of both worlds because people are able to jump on the Princeton Junction and be on their way to a large city like New York within an hour, under an hour. Again, Princeton Junction. That text, when the bot reads that, it's going to find relevancy to that main hub of transportation out of Montgomery. Okay, there's a good universities such as Princeton University. So if you want to catch a sports game, be sure to check it out because they'll always have something going on. Boom. Where are we? 24 minutes. Okay, so I don't want to make this much longer because we're pretty much done, right? The idea is that it's going to give you geographic relevance for GMB ranking as well as rank organically in small towns. For these pages, set the parent page to area page. So this is for the website. So I'm not going to put that. I'm going to put that in another video. But basically, you want to embed a driving direction because you want to rank in the maps. But this is where it ends for content, right? So we can do it here. Overall, guys, let me recap. Title. I showed you exactly how to do that. The title would be the same for every single page, except whatever areas that you are going for, just check how many zip codes they have. If they have a zip code, just one, put in the title. If not, then leave the title with just the area name. Body instructions, I told you, learn the art. go read top people ranking in the industry for any state. If you're in New York, go to California, it doesn't matter. Who's ranking there, get their content and be able to paraphrase by using certain ideas you see and paraphrase it for something that sounds good, okay? And then keep reading other ones. Just make sure you don't fall into the trap that we fall into, like, middle school, where we read something and we can't think of anything different, right? That doesn't have to be. Just get a word and rephrase the entire thing, and then you go to the end. After the body, get a bullet point of the main things, just 4 or 5 of these, rephrase all of them. These are the main ones. If you're writing about roofing, you can just see mine. These are, in my experience, these are the best ones. If you're a roofer who's writing the content, you're probably better than me at finding these things. But in my experience, these work pretty well. So just rephrase them and make them sound good. 4 to 5 of them, and then next section is going to be about the Montgomery, about the area. The area can be just an H2. The title can be Montgomery, and maybe a tagline if you want, right? If you see that the tagline there is something like, for example, I don't know. If you find a tagline like Montgomery is known for, sometimes companies have, areas have taglines, we fly with the skies or something like that. Every area has the tagline. People like to put it on their number plates and stuff like that. If you want to put a tagline, it's fine. If not, just put it in Montgomery. That's fine. After that, all the information I just talked about, the way, open Wikipedia, open the things that come up, and take information while keeping it geographically relevant. And if you're a roofer, again, this is exactly built for roofers. Go for exactly these kind of information: households, transportation, the government, right? Who deals with the laws and stuff, and roads, and weave in every section with a word of with a twist of roofing in it, right? Now, you don't have to do it with every section. I did with every one of them. I did it with the families, I did it with the households, I did it with the number of roofs available, I did it with the government, and I did it with the roads. Have at least one. Okay, if you don't do it with anything else, do it for, let's say, the roads, the transportation. Okay, it makes it easy for us roofers to get around. Boom, done. All right, so that being said, we are going to be at the end, and boom. There you have it, guys. A perfect way to create content for your area pages, which is going to be super unique and super high quality content. Thank you. Hopefully that made sense and you got something out of it.